How do you see how prices changed last like 20 years? A lot of veterans just brought back metal details from it, just insignia. A really nice display with SS uniforms. Hello everybody, this is WarStory video blog. I'm Alex and here we are at WWII Military Society antique show in Wilmington. So this show, also known like Cornfield Show, and this show is amazing. A lot of people here came from different states, and we are here not only for buying but also for just hang out, and we are here to get some new information from different collectors, and I have really cool interview for you. And here we can see Oak Cliff Military table, and here on the exhibition a really nice display with SS uniforms. This uniform is not propaganda of Nazis. This is a valuable war souvenirs that American veterans brought back from Europe to the United States. So here we can see Hauptsturmführer and just Sturmführer and Obersturmbannführer officers' tunics with armbands, with cuff titles, with all stuff from inventory of Oak Cliff Military website, and you can see how impressive is it. And all this stuff came back to the United States, brought back to the United States by veterans to show they won this battle and to show they just brought it as a trophies. So it's a kind of very symbolic, and now it's very valuable because prices for, especially for high rank officers, is really high at the moment, and sometimes people just buy that stuff in remembrance of the veterans who brought it back, or who may brought it back, who may bring it back that time, but he didn't because of he maybe brought back something like that. This is a K98 carbine with scope mount, and it's also really interesting, and with like special, how to say, like pillow on the, this, how to call it, buttstock probably. This is jump uniform for American soldiers, airborne. This one is dated 1943. This pretty valuable also because every time in every country paratroopers items cost more than just regular army items, so that is also very interesting. It's very interesting to see it in original condition. Usually you cannot see it in all complete. So more headgear we can see here is different organizations, and for example, most interesting here, this is SS visor caps, and what is very important in SS, Allgemein SS, this is a black visor caps. It means it Allgemein, not a Waffen SS. Waffen SS was like army colors. So this is complete of the skull and eagle, so it should be original. It should be in good and matching condition, because a lot of veterans just brought back metal details from it, just insignia, and it's very valuable. And when you can find original visor cap with original eagle and skull, and with the same color. So here we can see three of them. Also SS items and SS uniforms, very valuable, as I said, and here you can see a couple unusual items. The pillows, probably for funeral, probably for high rank like bureaus, offices of this organization. And this one has just SS runes, and this one has monogram of LAH, Leibstandard Adolf Hitler. So it's also interesting stuff, and things like that also veterans liked that time, and they brought it back, especially those guys who was allowed to bring huge items, not just private GIs, but officers or sailors or Navy crew members and those guys. One more like regular item. This is a Luftwaffe second model dagger, nice one, and few more pieces. And also, I like this display. This is a war souvenirs from that period, and this is a pilot badge. 2, 3 first class Iron Crosses and 1 KVK for combatants. And here we can see nice bayonet, as you can see 2 screws, so it means it's Ernst Pot bayonet, and one more SS plate. So, and first time when I came to the United States after the show, just to visit collectors and buy stuff. So Christian Andersen was one of those guys who met me and with who I spent some time. And we hang out with Dr. Ron. He passed away a long time ago. So it was a cool time, and every time I enjoy to see his display. That is why I filmed it also. And this is a huge show, OVMS Military Society show, OVMS, and here in Wilmington, it's pretty good. A lot of people from different states come here, and that's great to hang out here. And we always have a chance to buy something interesting. And also, you can see authors of books here. Dietrich Merz. He is author of those books, and for sure you have some of these because it's very valuable and very important to know the difference between original and copies. And so this is my table books, some of them. Some of them I will buy right now, right on this table. So that is cool that we have chance to meet authors and also hang out with them and buy straight from them their books. That's cool, I think. And this is also interesting table. Every time on this table you can find something really interesting. Some Russian imperial stuff you can see here, some German very rare pieces. And for example, this is special life vest for U-boat crew members who have to evacuate from the U-boat. So you can see the picture how it was. It describes everything. So this is a 2 U-boat crew members who just went up on the surface from U-boat. You see he's smiling, so he's happy he survived. Maybe his friends is down here in the deep, but this is very valuable war souvenir. Also, usually you can get it only after somebody just go up on the surface, and you can see, and most of them located still in the U-boat. So you can see it's like almost $5,000 cost this complete, but that's really nice. And this is a Kriegsmarine life vest. Also, you can see this is a small balloon with high pressure air to blow it, and this one is really cool. This one is cheaper. It costs around like $800 because more of them exist on the market. But this one is really rare piece. This one is really cool, especially with with the pictures, so you know how they use it. One more joystick from Messerschmitt BF 108, and this one you can see in really good condition, and this one costs 7,850 because probably for the last couple of years all joysticks has been gone from the market, and it's becoming more and more expensive. This one you can see fully function yeah, and you can see all buttons exist here, and this is a nice also war souvenir. It was the first item that soldiers removed from the aircraft and brought back as a war souvenirs. So as a trophy, it's probably most valuable item in the aircraft. Some more nice items here. We can see, for example, this is a collection of Kriegsmarine belt buckles. It's 4 of them, and this one is in really nice condition with maker mark and with Kriegsmarine stamp with eagle and M, letter M, on the leather tab. So it's also really nice helmet, and we will keep eye on it. So here also we have a bunch of pictures in these albums, and for example this one is Kriegsmarine for 2400. This one is from U-boat, and you can see here very rare item. They don't exist in the market. This is like Moby Dick of flags, and you cannot see standards, Navy standards like that on the market, because they disappeared somehow. Some officers also here with swords, with their weapon. We can see just soldiers, and they should have all these rare Kriegsmarine buckles and more pictures with soldiers. And look at that, you can see this is a picture of private locker of the soldier, and you can see here bread bag. You can see here belt buckle with pouch, with bayonets, with pictures, and there's all that military stuff they needed. You can see also here Graf Zeppelin aircraft carrier that has not been ended, but you can see how it was, how impressive it was. Everybody steering on it here, and also pictures from the U-boat. It's like all crew members here, and all these pictures. Oh, this guy vested, so they had body. So all these pictures are really interesting, and probably if you have interest with pictures, we can show you. Okay, let's see it.
This is all about the guy, his soul book.
Okay. Yeah, some old documents of the guy, and he was crew member of destroyer, and this destroyer like that probably was his ship and his crew members and his ship. Actually, here this is the emblem. Let's compare it. You see the emblem. Yes, and this is a matching here. And I really like these pictures because you can see how they load torpedoes, how they put it on correct places for it. And actually, you can see here scenes, for example, how all these ships has been docked. This is probably repair and maintenance of the ship. You can see this also interesting scenes, and here you can see helmets of crew members, and all these helmets is pretty valuable now with yellow decals because it's Kriegsmarine helmets actually. So I really like these pictures. So it's very interesting to see all these pictures and to see and pay attention on small details, and it's like kind of a game to find something interesting in every pictures, like helmets or buckles or stuff like that. So it's documents of age, and that's cool, I think. Let me know if you also like it. And we have here one more box with wow, this is a really nice oak leaf case. It's a mega rare piece, and you can see here it's LDO.
LDO L50.
Yes, LDO L50 case with
ribbon for
part of ribbon. So it's also really nice items, and always on this table we can see nice pieces and nice stories. So it's always cool to spend time here at these shows, especially operated by OVMS. So let's go to other guy who contacted me and who wants to show his table with some items that he collects and some items he wants to sell. This is a bayonets collection of K 9805 bayonets, butchers. Here is Andrew Ferguson, and he is collecting German bayonets. First World War last how many years?
25 years.
25 years. I am 35, so I was 10 years old when you started, so cool. And you have really nice display here with butchers, with
Thank you, sir.
yes, with Mauser bayonets. And could you tell us difference between different bayonets? Because I know some information, but it would be great to learn something new, and it's actually better to show it during the interview, because when I filmed video about Mauser bayonets, it was with a poor English, so I think your English is better than mine.
Well, I appreciate that.
Tell us how long you've been collecting.
I've been collecting 9805s for about 25 years and focused in on the unit mark pieces and also the rare makers. But I'm now selling some of them, and the first one we have to look at is this one that is infantry unit marked 1JE, and that is a Imperial German unit mark. And you can see it also has a nice frog with it and scabbard.
Yeah, it's really nice. Actually, only frog cost around like 60 to 120.
120, yes, sir.
Around. And there are several types of these bayonets. For example, this one is like for me, it's like kind of regular type, and this one is early one.
Yeah, this is an earlier one from 1915 and earlier. And you can see a Bavarian unit mark on this one. And this is likely a police unit mark.
Or Pioneer.
Or could be Pioneer on the scabbard, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah,
but these earlier types had the leather scabbards. And sometimes you see with a flash guard, and sometimes not.
Yeah.
But
how to call this detail? Flash guard.
Flash guard.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
The earlier pieces do not have a flash guard, but in the transitional period in 15, they started adding the flash guards. To the high ear, we call them bayonets.
Okay.
This one is interesting because it's. You'll notice that it has been completely filled in to not fix on a rifle, which was done in the 1920s for the Treaty of Versailles. And you can see here that our unit mark is probably another, a police unit mark.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yes, sir. This piece was manufactured as a dress. And you will notice that the scabbard does not have proofs on the mounts. So, but I think this one was an issued bayonet that was then plated for dress.
Yeah.
But the scabbard was manufactured as a dress, which is somewhat interesting. Let's see which one would it
And
want.
it's also early type, and this one in early type.
It's got an early type scabbard, but it is a later model bayonet. Let me see if I can get it out of here.
Yeah.
And this one has numbers, probably rack numbers, for the arsenal on there, I would assume. This is a nice maker one, Move Work and Walter, and a fairly desirable maker. And this is the later type. But
this one is nice.
A nice example, and a nice frog with a narrow frog loop on it. Which I believe, if I'm not mistaken, you correct me, is the earlier type of 9805 frog.
And this one is battle damaged, as I see.
Yes, it is. And that battle
it's
damage,
kind of impressive.
It also shows on the back here, you can see.
Yeah, so it
lines
was.
up. So it's always been together.
Yeah. That's interesting. How much is it?
Asking 3.
Oh, we can discuss about it after the video.
Yes,
nice
sir.
one.
Yes, sir. Now this one, from what I've understood, with the plain grips, is potentially a Polish piece. You'll see sometimes these plain grips, and the obvious Polish ones are WZ98 marked on your pommel. But there is some supposition that these are also Polish.
And is there any markings here?
Yes, sir. They're marked 15 on the back.
Oh yeah, I see.
You see that?
Yeah.
But a neat piece. This one is a CETO unit mark.
Yeah.
But you'll notice it just has CETO, so this could potentially be a prototype. Now, I don't know for sure.
Once
But,
I had also CETO bayonet. It's nice blade.
It is a nice blade with some of the original grease on there that definitely the old German grease you could smell, but a nice bayonet. This one is another possible Polish with a plain grips, but you'll notice that it has some green camouflage paint on the scabbard, which you don't see all that often.
Yeah, that's true.
And this is an unusual maker, Schluterman and Salt, or let's see, Schuchard and Salter, I believe, which is and then Gottlieb Hamasfar is the co-maker with that one.
Yeah,
but an interesting bayonet. And you'll see these oftentimes with the two makers on here, and you can see the green paint. That's pretty neat.
Yes, that's nice. In France, I saw Verdun camouflage. Yeah, sometimes you can see like right from woodwork.
Absolutely, yes. Let's see here. We want to look at. Here is another piece. This one is a Weiersberg, but has an interesting unit mark there, RCAR, I believe, or
RF?
RF, yes, sir. AR. I don't know what that is.
But AR, it's usually artillery
field
regiments.
artillery.
Yes, and yeah. And then we can take a look in the literature.
And then you can see here, I think, is another police unit mark on this one.
Yeah. Or probably Pioneer.
It could be Pioneer too, yes, sir. Pioneer would compare failure to police.
Yeah.
Yes. Let's see. This is unfortunately damaged, without a frog stud, but you can see that it's 1920s reworked. That's blued, and you can also see 1920 on the cross scar.
Yeah.
And a lot of those in the 20s, you'll see marked 1920. This is ground sawback. And this was another thing that they did in the 20s and late World War I, was remove the sawbacks. And you can see that it's SMG unit marked, which may also be police.
But MG, it's usually like machine gewehr.
Yeah, I think it very well could be. And then you'll notice on the scabbard, it's SDI unit marked, which is interesting.
Yeah. That's interesting, yeah. And there's an interesting detail about ground sawback. Why Germans did that because of soldiers was afraid to give up with sawback, so they tried to delete it or just throw out.
There was some edict where they would use the sawback on the soldier that was captured with, which was a good incentive to remove the sawbacks.
Yes, and they tried to remove it not properly, so government ordered, made special order to remove it properly.
And I've got also the next one we'll look at is a V-notch. This was a 1920s, Treaty of Versailles rework that was done to demilitarize the bayonets. And you can see SKA 1, but a different three-digit number on the end, which is likely police.
Many men.
Yeah, and it's a few marked through too.
Yeah, and that is interesting. They tried to make like KS KS98 shape here.
They definitely do.
Yeah.
They definitely do.
Yeah, interesting.
But interesting to see and you can see how far it goes down in the rework. You know, that goes down into where the spring of the actual front press stud is, which is interesting.
Yeah, that's cool.
It is.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
So, thank you for your display. Thank you for showing all these items. And is it like items that you bought for your collection and you want to trade for
Yes.
something? And actually, this is a good example how collectors just collecting items and then items that they do not need for their collection just put on the like websites or try to sell and exchange and all this stuff. This is how our hobby works.
Absolutely.
So
and as your interests change, you know, you want to focus more on your capital to buy stuff that you want for your collection. So when you get tired of certain stuff, you move it and keep buying the other stuff that you collect. So but certainly enjoyed working with you on the video.
Thank you. And one question for you. How do you see how prices changed last like 20 years?
In the last 20 years, before '08, the 9805s and really all bayonets were selling much better, really, than they are now. But the very rare pieces, say C battalion unit mark stuff, is going up. But the more common 9805s have sort of settled down into a little bit lower price range than they were in '08. But they're still good investments.
Yeah.
And this is probably a time to buy some.
And how much it was in like 20 years ago in 2003? How much it was?
I was buying a lot of pieces. Like I bought 40 9805s for $130 a piece, back then.
So it was 130, and now it's like around 300.
Yeah, in the 250 to 300 range for your non-sawbacks.
Okay, so it doubles for
the saws. Yeah, the saws can do 350 to 550 a lot of times.
Yeah. Last my sawbacks was much more expensive because I am mostly focusing on items that collectors can just buy and don't change, don't trade, just buy and forget.
Excellent condition.
Yes, in excellent condition, and items in excellent condition like goes up. So, thank you again for your explanation. Thank you again for your interview.
For the video, and appreciate talking with you.
Yeah, thank you, and see you next exhibition.
Absolutely, sir.
You guys, thank you for watching this video until the end. Thank you for like and subscribe, and see you real soon, guys.